Hi, I just want to tell you a little bit about the behaviors that I studied. His name was Dr. Bobby Newman. Dr. Bobby Newman currently lives in Long Beach, New York with his family. He's a board-certified behavior analyst, a licensed behavior analyst, and a licensed psychologist. He earned his bachelor's in psychology, Queens College, a master's in psychology, City University of New York, and a doctorate of psychology at the City University of New York. Outside of his work with children who have been diagnosed with autism, he is a physical trainer. He believes in total body wellness. He also runs the New York Marathon each year. And when he runs the marathon, he represents different agencies that support autism. Dr. Newman provides crisis intervention. He believes that crisis intervention should be something that is planned for, and it doesn't occur when a crisis occurs. It should be planned for and managed before the situation ever arises. He is director of a center in New York called Room to Grow Center, and that center provides crisis intervention. It provides evaluation, support in counseling to families, to schools, to different agencies. This business also provides support for those who seek to be a certified certified behavior analysis. He provides exam tutoring for those people who feel as though they need support. One thing about his business that he is director of called Room to Grow, he believes in providing support and education all over the world. And on his website, which is listed here, he says that no one is too far away to help. In distance training and supervision, he will travel to wherever you are. He travels around the world, not just in the United States, to provide support and education and training. I read several articles about studies that Dr. Newman was involved in. The first one had to do with self-management in 3 students who were labeled on the autism spectrum. They would use a token system, and they were taught in this experiment to manage their behavior and to change their behavior. Another one that really interested me was a Pavlovian experiment had to do with tickling. And of course, most people react when they're tickled at the bottom of their feet. But this particular study showed how those individuals displayed laughter, giggling, tickling, the same reaction they had when someone actually touched their foot. They display that when the gesture was done. The person wasn't touched at their feet, the hand was moved close to it, or the words coochie coochie was said, and the person displayed the same reaction as though they had been tickled at the bottom of their foot. Another article dealt with providing choices to individuals. The individuals that were in this study were students with autism, and they were provided with a choice during this study. And the question was whether providing a choice would reduce the amount of refusal, and the study showed that it did. The students were able to comply with what were asked with because they were given a choice. The next one was teaching deception in gameplay, and this one had to do with teaching the children who with autism to engage in a game where they had to deceive. They had to hide something in their hand, and the experimenter would have to guess which hand it was in. It was done in response to a study that was first conducted in 1992, where the outcome was that individuals with autism were not able to engage in deceptive play. But in his study, it showed that those individuals were able to demonstrate deceptive play in this game. Last piece of literature that I read was a book review. The book was called Positive Behavior Support in the Classroom, Principle and Practice. It was by Lewis Jackson and Maureen Veneman-Panion. And this book display the point of view, Pelican point of view, which promoted goodness in everyone. And the book itself advocated for a more humane treatment of individuals that receive special education. It also advocated for more of an inclusive setting. Individuals who receive special education should be taught in the classroom and not necessarily separated in a different classroom from their peers. The book felt that the individual would benefit more from being in that type of setting, and then in a setting that they were isolated. As I said before, he is the director of a center called Room to Grow. It provides support, education to not just schools and families, but also to different parts of the community. It's located in Long Beach, New York, and there's the website. It provides assistance, support, education. He also travels around the world to provide those same resources. If I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Newman, these are several questions that I would ask him. I would ask him, what is the one accomplishment that he has made in his life that he's very proud of, and why? The next question, I would ask if there was one event that occurred in his life that he felt influenced him to make a decision that steered him in the direction that he's working in now, in the field that he's working in now. The third question I would ask would be, what are his thoughts on students receiving special education in a self-contained classroom? I also would ask him if he picked a specific group of individuals that he would like to spend time with and conduct research. What would that group, would it be younger children, maybe children in middle school, high school, or adults? Finally, if I had the opportunity to interview Dr. Newman, I would ask, if there's one particular understanding that you want to impart on students, what would it be? Or anybody in the field, what would that understanding be? Reading the literature that Dr. Newman was a part of, that explained the studies that he participated in, let me see what his passion was and his contributions were. His passion is, he advocates for the humane treatment of individuals with autism. He looks for ways to teach individuals with autism because he believes that if you have the proper techniques, any person can learn. And also, he extends his services to all parts of the community and throughout the world. He just doesn't focus on agencies or schools. He focuses on parents. And he does hold workshops. Sometimes they're free, and they provide, one particular one that was held last year provided dinner and childcare so that parents could come and receive the resources that they needed. Here are a list of my resources, and I appreciate and thank you for watching my video.